Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello, dear students. Today we are going to have a discussion on growth, development, and maturation. This particular topic is the part of learner as a psychosocial entity. So, I am Dr. Aerum Khan. I am assistant professor at IASC, Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia, Islamia, New Delhi. So, let us see what exactly we are going to discuss here. The objectives of this particular session are going to be that we are going to discuss about the meaning of growth and development and the difference between growth and development. Then we will see that what is the concept of maturity. Then we will go ahead with seeing that what exactly are the stages of growth and development. We will also see the aspects of growth and development. Then we will have a look on the factors influencing growth and development. So first of all, let us see that what is the exact meaning of growth and development. Uh, Normally or most of the times, people take these two terms interchangeably, or they think that the two terms are synonymous in nature, but actually that is not the case. We will see that what exactly is the difference between these two terms very properly here in this session. So we all know that change is the law of nature, and an individual from being a fertilized egg turns into a full-fledged human adult. And this entire process, in due course of this process, the person undergoes a cycle of change brought about by the process of growth and development in various dimensions. And these dimensions can be physical dimension, mental growth and development, then the social growth and development, emotional, and so on. Like there are certain different dimensions also which are added in due course of the process of lifespan of a human being. So therefore, in the wider sense, both the terms growth and development can be used for any change brought about by maturation and learning. And this learning can be formal as well as informal. This education can be any sort of, and essentially these are the products of both heredity and environment. So let us see what else is there. uh, Whenever we are talking about growth and development, we have to see that what exactly is the difference between these two terms. So dear students, now let us see the major differences between these two terms, growth and development. So the term growth is used in purely physical sense. It generally refers to an increase in size, length, height, and weight, and like different domains where all these changes are occurring. So changes in the quantitative aspects come into the domain of growth. On the other hand, development implies the overall change in shape, form, or structure, resulting in the improved working or functioning of a human being or any entity. It indicates the changes in the quality or character rather than talking only about the quantitative aspects. Then growth is one of the parts of developmental process. In strict sense, development in its quantitative aspect is termed as growth. So growth is very much quantitative in nature. On the other hand, development is a wider and comprehensive term. It refers to the overall changes in an individual, whereas growth is one of its part. Then growth may be referred to describe the changes which take place in particular aspects of the body and behavior of an organism, or in this case if we are talking about human beings, so the particular aspects of changes, bodily changes and behavior which are occurring are under categorized under the category of growth. Then on the other hand, development describes the changes in the organism as a whole, and it does not list the changes in parts. Then growth does not continue throughout the life. Actually, growth stops once the maturity is attained. But on the other hand, development is a continuous process. It goes from, we can use a phrase, it goes from womb to tomb. So from the once the child actually has not even taken birth, the process of development actually starts, and it goes on till the death of the entity. So it does not end with the attainment of maturity. The process of development actually is not ending once the maturity is gained. So the changes, however small they may be, continue throughout the lifespan of an individual. Then the changes produced by growth are the subject of measurement. So we can measure the changes which are occurring in due course of growth. They may be quantified and are observable in nature. On the other hand, development, as we have earlier talked about, implies the improvement in functioning and behavior, and that is why it brings qualitative changes which are difficult to be measured directly. They are assessed through keen observation in behavioral situations. Then growth may or may not bring development. A child may grow in terms of weight, a child is gaining weight and becoming fat, but this growth may not bring any functional improvement or any type of qualitative change or development. So in this case, we can't say this that the child is having a kind of development or a proper development. On the other hand, development is also possible without growth, as we can see that in the case of some children who do not gain in terms of they don't gain much weight, or they are not actually attaining much height or size, but they do experience functional improvement or development in physical, social, or emotional, or intellectual aspects. In few of the case, we can see that a dwarf, uh, a child is not growing in height uh, or maybe in weight, but still the intellect is growing a lot. So in this case, we can see or we can say that the development is taking place, though the physical growth has stopped. So in this way, we can differ between growth and development. So now let us see what else we have to talk about now on maturity. So what is maturity? Maturity is about the body getting closer to adulthood. So after reaching to the stage of puberty, puberty is basically the stage of becoming sexually mature to the point where the person is able to reproduce their progeny. We can consider a person physically mature at this point of time. But the term maturity used here is not just physical maturity. It also implies mental, emotional, and social maturity, which a person attains with passage of time, and actually after gaining lots and lots of experiences, a person inculcates maturity. For instance, sometimes adults will comment that a child has become very tall, uh, and according to the age, the height is actually too much. So and then they start expecting that maybe the child, because of the tallness, is going to act as a adult. But actually that can't be possible for a child, because only the height has increased, but rest of the things are not changed. So we have to be very much rational whenever we are talking to a child, or we are having an interaction with a person. So this type of things we have to take care of whenever we are expecting something from an individual in terms of maturity. Next point which we are going to discuss here is about the stages of growth and development. So basically, what are those different stages through which a human being or a child actually goes through in terms of age? So for human beings, life starts from a fertilized ovum in the womb of the mother. Not only before birth, but also many years after that, child is like human child is a helpless organism unless he is helped by the continuous process of growth and development and attains maturity. So till then, the human child is actually very much helpless. When one attains maturity, this child attains maturity, the person is actually in the way of adolescence. Basically, adolescence is the stage where a person becomes, like, from where the person becomes an adult member of the society. This person is now supposed to play a responsible role in the society. Before being called adolescent, this person or a child basically can be considered as an infant or a child or a small boy or girl, etc. But these various stages are actually very much peculiar for the uh, different sort of growth and development stages. So we will just have a look on what exactly uh, are the proper time or age when we can say that the child is in this particular stage of growth and development. So there are certain common development or practical characteristics belonging to each stage. So a human being shows peculiar quantitative and qualitative changes in his body and behavior, with the help of which we can say at that what particular age an individual belongs to which definite stage of his life. So first of all, we will see what are those stages. So the first stage basically can be considered as the prenatal stage. What is this prenatal stage? Basically, it is the stage uh, of a person before birth. So it's a pre-birth stage. So it starts from the conception till the stage of birth. Once a child takes birth, then the prenatal stage actually stops. And the next stage which comes is the stage of infancy. So this stage starts from birth till 2 years of age. After this 2 years of age, we have got the next stage, which is called as the childhood stage. And the childhood stage is actually, it starts from the age of 2, like once the stage of infancy is actually gone, then the stage of childhood is started and it goes till the stage of 12 years. And maybe we can say that till the stage of the onset of puberty. So basically it can be said that there is a pre-childhood stage and there is a post-childhood stage. So this childhood stage can also be bifurcated, but here we will just say that it's a stage of childhood. So from the after the commencement of the infancy stage, like once the infancy stage is over, childhood stage starts and it goes till the age of 12, or till the onset of puberty. After that, there is the stage of adolescence or the adolescent stage. And this starts from the onset of puberty to the age of maturation or maturity. And in most of the cases, we can say that this stage is prevailing till from 13 years to 19 years, but in few cases it can be from 12 years to 20 years also. After this, we have got the stage of adulthood. What is this? Basically, it starts from the age of 20 years And if we go with a kind of strict restriction, then we can say that from the onset of like once the adolescent stage is over, we will go under the stage of adulthood, and it will be there till attaining the stage of maturity, till death. So this will be the stage of adulthood. So which actually starts from gaining maturity and it goes on till death. So these are all the stages of growth and development. Now let us see the aspects of growth and development. Basically, we have got different dimensions or different aspects of growth and development. Basically, we have got there is a list of all those aspects. We will just go one by one. The first aspect can be the physical development. Then we have got intellectual or mental development, then emotional development, moral or character development, social development, and language development. I'm not going to go in detail because there are different sessions in which we are going to discuss in detail about all these different aspects of growth and development. Also, there will be sessions where we will discuss about those theories and those different uh, thought process given by different psychologists, which actually detail about the different aspects or dimensions of growth and development. So after this, we will see that what are the factors influencing growth and development. So factors influencing growth and development may be broadly classified as internal and external factors. So in the category of internal factors, we may include the factors which lie within the individual. We may designate them as hereditary factors, biological or constitutional factors, intelligence, then emotional factors, and the factors which are social in nature. So these were the internal factors. Then in the category of external factors, we have got those factors which contribute towards a human being's growth and development, which lie outside in a person's environment. In this category, we may include the environment available in the womb of the mother. Then we can say that environment available after birth in the shape of different uh, accidents and incidents or different changes which have occurred in a person's life, the quality of physical environment, then the medical care and facilities which are provided to the person, nourishment and food and all those things which are the quality of life, the quality of facilities and opportunities which are provided by the society and the cultural forces. So all these factors basically constitute the external factors of the person's uh, like personality or the aspect of growth and development. So dear students, now we have come to an end of today's session. We just have to have a quick recap. We have seen here in this particular discussion that life of an individual starts with the conception in the womb of the person's mother. Starting from a fertilized egg, the person develops into a full-fledged human being. And with the help of the process, which can be named as growth and development, the actually the person actually grows into a full-fledged human being. The term growth and development is responsible for making such changes which are often used interchangeably and regarded as sometimes as synonymous terms. However, we have seen here that these two terms are actually conveying different messages. The term development carries a wider and more comprehensive meaning than the term growth because it stands for the overall changes occurring in both the quantitative as well as qualitative aspects of a personality of a person. The term growth, on the other hand, carries a quite limited and narrower meaning, as it confines itself only with the changes in the quantitative aspects like increase in size, length, height, and weight, and expansion of vocabulary. Uh, in addition, it does not continue throughout the life of a person. It stops when the person achieves maturity, like at the onset of puberty. So once the maturity is attained, in most of the cases, growth stops. While development is a continuous process and a complex process it's in itself, and it goes on till the death of a person. And it is very complex, and in most of the cases, the measurement of the development is not possible. It's very difficult. So the journey of a human being from conception till death, as a result of both the processes of growth and development, is divided into certain specific stages, which we have seen here. And these stages are referred to as the stages of growth and development. We can name them as infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and the old age. And each of these stages actually exhibit a particular lifespan, the age of a human being. And certain like years of a person's age or a person's life actually are given the name of all these stages. So we have seen all those stages. Then we have seen the different aspects of a personality. Like we have seen very brief in very brief about those aspects, because we have got different lectures in which we are going to detail them out. Then we have also seen the different factors which influence the entire process of growth and development. We have seen the external factors, we have seen the internal factors, and all these actually constitute the entire personality of a human being in terms of growth and development. I hope this session is proved to be useful for you all, and there will be extension of this particular session, because we have got different other discussions where we are going to have a detailed outlook on how the different principles of growth and development are stated, and how we are going to have a look on all those different stages in detail, which actually comprise of the entire life of a human being. So thank you so much from my side. I hope to see you all in a second session or in the other session of this particular lecture series. Thank you.